Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. We're all about getting into those fascinating corners of the natural world. And, well, today we're heading south of the border.
To Mexico.
Exactly. We've got this list here, just called Pasted Text. Someone did some great work compiling this. 10 species. And get this, you can only find them in Mexico.
Endemic species.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable when you think about
It
it.
really is. I mean, you think about animal ranges and migration, things moving around. But these 10 they're unique to Mexico.
Like little hidden treasures.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so first up, we have a creature that, well, honestly, it's heartbreaking to even talk about. The vaquita.
Yeah.
Now, it's a porpoise, right? But not just any porpoise.
Oh, definitely not. This is the vaquita's the smallest porpoise species on the planet. You find them only in a very, very small part of the northern Gulf of California. And, well, you've probably heard, they're critically endangered.
It's just, I mean, what even is a porpoise? Like, how is it different from a dolphin? Good question. So porpoises are, they're closely related to dolphins. Both are toothed whales. But porpoises tend to be, smaller. They have a more compact body shape, a little rounder, you could say. And their faces, they have a blunt snout, unlike the kind of elongated beak that you see on dolphins.
So the vaquita is like the miniature version of a miniature.
Pretty much.
And what's pushing them toward extinction?
Sadly, it's us, humans.
I mean, we figured.
Yeah.
But how specifically?
The biggest threat is illegal fishing. There's this high demand for the swim bladder of the totoaba fish. It's considered a delicacy in some cultures, and unfortunately the gill nets that they use to catch the totoaba, they often trap and drown vaquitas as bycatch.
It's so tragic, right? This accidental death because of something else entirely.
Exactly. And it's devastating to see their numbers dwindle like this.
Are there any glimmers of hope? Is there anything being done?
There are some incredible organizations like Sea Shepherd that are working really hard to patrol the area. They're removing these illegal nets. They're raising awareness about the vaquita's plight.
So it's like a battle on the water, almost.
You could say that. It really is a race against time. But, there's always hope.
I hope so. Okay, well, moving from the sea to the mountains, this next one is a plant, and I have to admit I'd never even heard of it before. The Juchimán.
The Juchimán. Now, that's a cool one.
What makes it so special?
Think of it as like a living time capsule. Seriously. The Juchimán is a cycad. That's a type of plant that's been around since, get this, the age of dinosaurs.
Wow, like ferns and stuff?
Kinda, yeah. They resemble palm trees or ferns, but they're way more ancient. Like, picture those prehistoric landscapes, with the dinosaurs roaming around. You might just see a Juchimán hanging out in the background.
So they've just been, doing their thing for millions of years.
Pretty much. And because of that, they play a really unique role in the ecosystem. They provide food and shelter for specific insects and animals that depend on them for survival.
I guess that's why it's so important to protect them, right? They're like a link to the past.
Exactly.
Okay, let's switch gears again. This time to an animal that, well, we might be a bit more familiar with, at least in North America. The Montezuma Opossum. Now, is this the same kind of opossum that, we see playing dead all over the place?
They're related for sure, but the Montezuma opossum is its own distinct species, and it's specially adapted to life in central and southern Mexico.
I always wonder if they actually think they're hidden when they play dead. Like, if I can't see them, they can't see me.
Right. It's a pretty clever trick, though. It often works.
It does, and it always gives me a chuckle. Okay, from playing dead to a breed that's definitely alive and kicking and totally captivating, let's talk about the Xoloitzintli.
The Mexican hairless dog.
Yes. Some people might find hairless dogs a little strange, but I've always been fascinated by them. Why do you think this breed has, captured people's attention for centuries?
Well, for one thing, they have this amazing history going all the way back to the Aztecs. They were considered sacred animals. You can actually see Xolos depicted in Aztec art and mythology, often as guides for souls in the afterlife.
Wow. So they weren't just pets, they were like spiritual companions.
Exactly. And then beyond that, they're known for their gentle temperament and their unique look. It's a combination that's made them beloved companions for generations.
Do you think the lack of fur, is that an adaptation to the climate?
That's a very likely theory. Less fur means better heat regulation, especially in those hotter parts of Mexico. Of course, they do come in coated varieties too, but it's those hairless ones that really stand out.
They definitely do. Okay, so from a creature that seems to defy time to one that seems to defy aging itself, let's talk about the axolotl.
Ah, the axolotl. Everyone's favorite smiling salamander.
They're basically the Peter Pans of the animal kingdom, right?
That's a great way to put it. Axolotls are what we call neotenic salamanders. So basically, imagine if humans, like, kept their baby teeth and never fully matured. That's kind of what's happening with axolotls. They keep those juvenile features throughout their entire lives, like those adorable little external gills.
And, what always blows my mind is their ability to regenerate limbs. That's like straight out of a superhero movie.
It really is. And it's not just limbs. They can regenerate parts of their heart, their spinal cord, even parts of their eyes.
It's incredible.
It is. And scientists are studying them like crazy, trying to understand exactly how they do it. There's this hope that maybe someday we could apply that knowledge to human regenerative medicine.
Fingers crossed. Okay, well, from creatures who never grow up to those who embark on these incredible continent-spanning journeys, let's talk about the monarch butterfly. Now, we know they're not exclusively Mexican, but Mexico plays a pretty crucial role in their lives, right?
Absolutely. Monarchs undertake this, like, epic migration every year. They travel thousands of miles from North America down to these specific forests in the mountains of Mexico.
I've seen the pictures. It's amazing. Millions of butterflies all clustered together.
It's a sight to behold. And those forests are like their wintering grounds. They're crucial for the survival of the species. Sadly, they face a lot of threats on their journey, like habitat loss and climate change.
So protecting those forests is, like, super important.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, from the air to underground now,
Yeah.
this next one's really fascinating, the Mexican tetra. And you were telling me earlier there are actually blind versions of this fish.
Yep, that's right. Some populations of the Mexican tetra live in caves, complete darkness. And over generations, they've adapted to that environment, they've lost their pigmentation, and their eyes have become reduced.
So how on earth do they navigate and find food in complete darkness?
It's pretty amazing. They have this lateral line system. It's a series of sensory organs that run along their body, and it allows them to detect vibrations and pressure changes in the water.
So they can, like, feel their way around.
Exactly. They can sense obstacles, they can sense prey, and on top of that, their sense of taste and smell is, like, super heightened. So they can locate food even in the murkiest depths.
That's incredible. Okay, well, this next one is a bit of a head-scratcher for me. The Tehuantepec mouse deer. What even is a mouse deer?
Picture a deer, right, but shrink it down to the size of a small dog. That's a mouse deer. They're tiny, only about a foot tall at the shoulder, weighing maybe 10 pounds. And they're super elusive. They live in the dense, humid forests of southern Mexico, and they're experts at staying hidden.
So they're like the ninjas of the deer world.
Pretty much.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, we have the peninsular pronghorn. And I know this is another species that's really struggling.
Yeah, unfortunately. This subspecies of pronghorn is found only on the Baja California Peninsula, and it's critically endangered. They're known for their incredible speed. They're often called the fastest land mammal in North America.
Faster than a cheetah.
Not quite as fast as a cheetah, but still incredibly fast.
So what's causing their decline?
It's a combination of factors: habitat loss, human encroachment, and the harsh desert environment have all played a role.
So it's like a triple whammy.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any, like, conservation efforts in place to try and help them?
There are. Organizations are working to establish protected areas, restore habitat, and reduce human-wildlife conflict. It's an uphill battle, but, there's hope.
I really hope so. This has been incredible. I mean, seriously, 10 species you can only find in Mexico. It really highlights how much diversity there is in the world.
It does. And it reminds us how important it is to protect these unique species and their habitat.
Because once they're gone, they're gone.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder, right? If these 10 are just the tip of the iceberg, what else is out there in Mexico just waiting to be discovered? Maybe we'll have to do a part 2 of this deep dive sometime. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of Mexico's incredible biodiversity.
Until next time.